What's wrong? No, okay.
It's too early in the morning for all that noise.
It's never too early.
Why do I feel like this is going to be a huge mistake having you on here?
Well, it's never a mistake to have me on here. You love me.
That could be a debatable.
Love me, say that you love me.
Girl, what are you on this morning? You all right?
Go on and need me. I love this microphone.
Scoot over there to the side for starters. Like, I don't know what you're doing.
You're putting baby in the corner?
No, you look.
Do I turn it sideways?
Yes.
That's not my good side.
Well, you'll be fine. Good Lord alive.
Every woman has a... Well, no, I guess technically, some people have a good side, some people have a bad side. I got all them good sides. No. Do you got all them good sides?
I don't know what I'm going to do with you today. Hang on. Let's go ahead and roll the intro music because that did not work. There we go. There's the intro music. You haven't been on,
Is that
so
what I'm supposed to do?
this is the first time you've ever sat in on the Morning Vibe. Like, you've never been here for the Morning Vibe podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the...
I make you nervous, don't I?
You do, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Morning Vibe. Happy Friday morning to all you guys. If you're watching on the day this comes out, we greatly appreciate each and every one of you. For those who do not know, who are just here for the Morning Vibe, because we do have some subscribers that have never seen the Cameraman Ron channel. This is my lovely wife, Sarah, a.k.a. the PYT. So Sarah is going to sit in on the podcast this morning. We're going to kind of talk about state of the content creation world in the Middleton household today.
That can be a touch and go subject.
Like my microphone's all jacked up here. I don't know what's going on. But so, yeah, we're going to talk about a couple things. If you guys tuned in this past Monday, the last upload on this channel, we were talking about loyal people, and I'd mentioned Sarah, and I'd mentioned the fact that we really hadn't saw each other up until yesterday for, golly, the better part of 2 weeks. I left on the road literally 2 weeks ago today, and I was in South Florida for 7 days on the 7-day road trip in the Silverado Hotel. I came back.
I want to get a neon sign for that, by the way, like one of them old, like...
Yeah, you got to get a little closer to your microphone there, Chico.
That way, when you see it, like when you open the door, you can see like the
I like
the
it.
lights,
I mean,
like the neon.
I had the idea too of doing like a wood cutout. And like putting the neon,
the lights in there.
Almost make like a shadow box, so to speak.
So
but the whole thing
like
is
a rusticy neon.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool for that. And you know, the one thing I will say about that, you guys, the video doesn't come out until this coming Monday, I think is what it is. But I did kind of like an overarching video of that whole trip that's going to be over on the Cameraman Ron channel. But it was pretty easy to film in there. I was kind of shocked. Like at first I was nervous.
It was the paint job that I did.
It definitely, I will say that the paint job definitely lightened it up a whole lot, for sure. But when I got back from the 7-day road trip to South Florida, Sarah literally got in the car and left to go up and visit family in Kentucky. It was like,
hey babe, love you, bye.
Yeah, I got home at like 5:30 that night. She left like 5 o'clock the next morning. Then she was gone for 7 days. So she just got back from that trip yesterday.
That was a blast too, by the way.
Yeah.
So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, Coastal Country.
Throwing shameless plugs. We're going to get to that in just a minute. But yeah, already throwing the shameless plugs for Coastal Country on there. But in all seriousness, guys, I know a lot of you guys have asked about why Sarah started her own channel, why we do things the way we do them. And there are a couple reasons. One, Sarah had a very vivid vision of what she wanted to do in the content creation. She loves being on the Cameraman Ron channel, I think, and fishing over there with us and doing all the kind of stuff we do. But there's a lot of other stuff that she wanted to do that just, it didn't fit. And I'll say it like this. Every video you shoot is almost like a puzzle piece. And somehow or another, and in your channel as a whole is like one big giant puzzle. And every piece of content that you shoot has to fit into that puzzle some way. So you can't have round puzzle pieces with a square puzzle. And it's you can throw one in there every now and then, but if you try to get too many, it's really going to get things messed up.
It's good to have that flow, like the flow. I see what you're talking about with the puzzle. You need it to flow from one kind of episode to the other, keep people wanting to
and I mean, and that's just, unfortunately, that's just the way the algorithm works. I would love nothing more than to be able to go out and do a best beers of Pensacola video. I mean, I've done it. They just don't do well on the channel, but the way Sarah has built her channel,
it would actually do well.
Absolutely. If that's something,
not that I drink a lot on my channel, but
it was funny because when we first made the jump and started Sarah's channel, so
it was an accident.
And
I did drink a lot.
Just so you guys know, because there was a lot of questions about this at the beginning. we had made a conscious effort to get Sarah more involved on the Cameraman Ron channel and then kind of phase her into doing her own thing over on her channel. I mean, I saw comments that we were getting divorced, that, I didn't want you on the channel. I didn't want you. Sarah was getting comments like, you need to start your own channel. He's holding you back, girl. Like I was stopping her from doing that, which it was never the case.
No.
But when we eased into that, we made a conscious effort for Sarah's first, 3 or 4 videos to not have me in them, specifically because we wanted that to be labeled as her channel.
And that was funny because when you weren't in them, that's when the questions really rose.
Yes, but Sarah's first 3 videos on the platform all involved heavy drinking for some reason.
I did best cocktails on Pensacola Beach, and then I had coffees, but while I was drinking coffee, I was mentioning cocktails.
Yeah, and then the very next video,
and then I had beer.
And then you had a beer
while I was painting. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a cool video.
Oh yeah. That was
so literally,
awesome.
it was like boom, boom, boom. Sarah's drinking.
So it made it look like Sarah was an alcoholic. and just so you guys know, she gives Eugene a run for his money on a regular basis on that side of things. But we just kind of wanted to come to you guys. One, we were sitting around. It's pouring down rain in Pensacola here today. It's a nasty day, and we were like, what are we going to do today? Because Sarah and I don't do well with sitting around.
No, we have idle hands. We got to go do something.
And so many people don't realize that when we're sitting around the house, it's just that's not our cup of tea. So we really wanted to do something. I was like, hey, let's go shoot a podcast for the Morning Vibe. We haven't done that yet.
I'm like, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah. And then when I got here, I was like, I was really sure at the house, but then when we got here, I'm like, oh, maybe this wasn't a very good idea.
Microphone in front of her.
Yeah, microphone and headphones, and she turns into Britney Spears from the early 90s.
I mean, maybe but the earlier Britney Spears,
like the hot one with the short skirts
before
and
the
crop
crazy
top.
And all stuff happened. I'm not shaving.
I don't know. I would definitely picture.
I thought about cutting my hair. I don't know if I'm gonna shave my head.
I can definitely see you pulling the whole early 2000s Britney though, where she shaved her head and went crazy.
No, I've got big ears. I have elf ears. I cannot shave my head. No, seriously. If you notice when I wear a hat, the hat covers the top part of my ears. If not, you get elf Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah does. Sarah does have big ears. I'm going to be honest with you. Under that beautiful locks of red hair, she does have some big ears. But
that's why the hair covers.
Hey, we love her all the same. We don't care about the big ears whatsoever. For those of you who don't know, Sarah and I'll link a podcast right here that we did on the main channel back early on, and Sarah actually ended up interviewing me. I did not know that was happening that day, but if you guys want to check that out, that kind of
sneaky snake.
That kind of told the story of Sarah and I, how we met, how we got to kind of where we're at today. Sarah's got a couple really good videos over on her channel, Coastal Country. And in all seriousness, I do have that link down in the description box below. If you guys have not checked out, you've got more subscribers than this channel though.
That's true.
Like the channel that this is going on, you need to be giving the Morning Vibe shout outs on your channel, not the other way around. So
I could throw out the vibe, tell them to come over and vibe with you.
Yeah, that's right. So, and the reason we did this, we didn't want to continuously put podcasts on the main channels. And Sarah's right there borderline becoming a YouTube partner, becoming monetized over on Coastal Country, which is going to be huge for her. And, we didn't want to mess up her algorithm with the podcast. We didn't really want to continue putting a lot of them, but I wanted to do more than one podcast a week. Yeah. I really enjoy doing these. And I wanted to do more than just one a week. So, and everything over here on this one, we try to keep it around 20 minutes, just for all intents and purposes.
Sanity. So, I have a hard time sitting down and listening to somebody talk for an hour.
Sarah's,
I'm not, like I said, I can't sit down. I can't just sit down and listen to myself for an hour, let alone somebody else.
I'll tell you where I really where I enjoy them. And you guys know, I travel a lot. I'm getting ready to take a trip. We're going to talk about that here in just a minute. But I enjoyed turning them on in the car when I'm driving. If I'm just driving by myself, this whole, we're getting a phone call. If it's somebody,
I silence my phone. What are you doing?
Hey, this is my show. I don't have to silence my phone. It's not. It's spam risque.
Is it spam risque?
Yeah,
is she calling you again?
She calls me all the time. I'm telling you, if you guys don't have that app on your phone, it's amazing. It tells you if it's like a spam caller or something. There, we got that over there out of the way. But we're just going to kind of come to you guys today, and we're going to talk about the state of our channels, the state of this channel, upcoming plans. We've got big plans in 2023.
Yeah, big. You ever seen that song?
What, the Chris Lane song?
I can't do.
You're not even close to how that song remotely goes.
I can't sing.
So fun fact for you music lovers out there: Chris Lane sings a song called "Big Big Plans." It's probably one of the only songs of his that I like.
I like a few of them.
I'm not a big.
I like bougie country, so I'm down with some Chris Lane.
Here's why she likes Chris Lane. So we actually went and saw, I guess it was 2 years ago now. Brad Paisley was over the wharf in Alabama. Huge Brad Paisley fan. I am. Riley Green opened the show. Then they went to Chris Lane. and then Brad Paisley. I was not impressed.
He wasn't. He didn't like all the big, because they started off like with all this like old time 90s rap music.
Not old time 90s, like new age rap.
I don't know. I don't think it had.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, it
Chris,
did.
let me know.
But that's Chris, send Sarah a message and let her know what you think.
The channel, just let me know.
I wasn't a fan of how he opened the show, and what, teach their own. There's nothing wrong with that. It just was not my cup of tea.
Everybody was around us in cowboy hats, and I'm sitting here getting down. I'm
and they're playing like hardcore rap. It was you could tell like this hush came over the crowd too. In all honesty, because a Brad Paisley concert, like I could get it if you were going to like maybe Wallen or somebody like that. That's probably more their cup of tea.
But I think that style of music's really starting to come up, because like Walker Hayes was. He started that kind of music. I know he did back in the day, but it wasn't well received back when he started the music. But now everybody does it, so that's why Walker is like,
really taking off and having it. And of course, Walker Hayes is from right across state line over in Mobile, very very close to us. So it is cool to see him have some success. If you don't know the Walker Hayes story,
dude, he's an amazing songwriter. First of all, like his songs, the lyrics are phenomenal, and he writes songs for other artists.
And not just that, I think when you look back, like, and he's very open about it. So this is, he was very open about the fact that he struggled with alcohol. He was one of those guys that I think success really went to his head when he had some success early on country radio. Just about cost him everything. I mean, literally cost him just about everything. And then he was able to recover from that. So Walker Hayes is a great comeback story.
An amazing marriage, 6 kids, so they're fun to watch.
Yeah, they really are. I don't know how they do the 6 kids thing. That's I struggle with my 2 and they're grown. So, but so state of the channel. I guess we're going to start with Coastal Country.
Okay.
I think we'll kind of touch base on some of the stuff you've got going on, visions for your channel. Let me ask you this: you're 3 months into your content creation journey on your own. I will tell you guys this: one of the unique things we've done, or I should say Sarah has done, is it would have been really, really easy for me to just take the reins and edit her videos for her, let her shoot them. But we didn't do that. Sarah has been editing all of her own videos.
That's my baby.
and now I have her last couple thumbnails she's done on her own.
I did help me with my
I did do her thumbnails for her in the beginning. I'm like, hey, this is so important.
I would have probably went way overboard on my thumbnails, so he kind of helped me tone it down and do it right, I guess you could say.
We've talked about that on this channel before. Thumbnails and titles are so important for a YouTube channel, and Sarah's living proof of that. I think you've got 12, 13 videos right now. She's right at 1,000 subscribers. She's not very far off from her watch hours to have to become a YouTube partner. So that's she's running that channel the way it should be ran. How has it been for you? I mean, is it what you thought it would be? Is it difficult, more difficult, more easy?
No, it's not. Like, obviously there's more time putting in as far as the editing process goes, because before, when I was just on the Cameraman Ron channel, I would go film Happy Go Lucky, have fun, and then just give you like, here you go edit this, have fun with it. But now it's like, when I'm actually filming, I'm thinking about how I'm going to edit it as I'm filming it.
Yep.
So my mind's going at an extra fast rate.
Yeah.
But it's not that hard. Like, once I feel like I have a plan before I go out in video, and then I like execute that plan, and then when it comes to the editing process, I feel like I've had a lot of experience with editing, so it's not that hard. It really isn't.
I'm so jealous of you. No, I always have a plan too when I go out to film a YouTube video. It doesn't always work out like that. And that's, I'll tell you guys have heard us say before that the outdoor industry is one of the hardest industries to create in. And this is a distinct reason why. When Sarah goes out to make a video, and I'm just being honest.
No, for real.
You've seen both sides of this fence now. When Sarah goes out to make a video, she's going to make that video. Yes. There's nothing that's going to stop her from making that video. Like when we did the best cocktails on Pensacola Beach, we laid out a plan. There was no outside factors.
It could have, and even if there was like if it rained, I still could have made the video.
Yes,
no matter what.
Yeah, and so it's. I don't want to say it's easier. I will say this: it's easier to plan ahead when you're shooting that type of content. The video you shot, it won't be out until. No, it came out Thursday. So if you guys check out Coastal Country's last video, you and Mom did the antique stuff.
Yeah. No, that'll come out. Yeah, it'll come. Actually, it comes out
today, but this video won't drop until tomorrow. So that would have been Sarah's video for yesterday. But you had a plan in place.
Yes.
Lots of things happen. I don't want to give away the video because I want you guys to go watch it. But there was a lot of like exterior factors that kind of dampened what your plans were to do.
Correct.
However, you were still able to make a video because
to make it work. Yeah.
Where when you're doing outdoor stuff, if you don't catch fish, it's like no video today. But I did a lot of fishing last week with Mike Davis from Jetty Rocks Fishing, with Chris Rasper, a lot of other content creators last week, and it was I got paid one of the biggest compliments last week, and I don't think Mike will mind me saying this, but Mike said, being on the boat with you made me realize I'm a fisherman who uploads fisherman videos. Being on the boat with you made me realize I'm a fisherman that uploads fishing videos and not necessarily a content creator. And that's by necessity.
Yeah.
And the reason that is because I'm not
a great fisherman.
Right. I'm not. It? Yeah. I mean, I say it all the time. That's not, I enjoy the heck out of it. I do, but I'm not one of these guys that can go out. Like Mike catches the hell out of fish. I mean, Chris Rasper catches the hell out of fish, and they're both great, entertaining guys. I have to up my entertainment up a notch though, because I can't go out there and do what they do. Now, maybe someday I've definitely gotten better. I mean, I've definitely gotten to a point where
would you say that your content creation is compensating for something?
Yes, it definitely is. My entertainment has to compensate for my lack of fishing.
For not being able to fish. And that's the same with me. Sure. I'm a lucky fisherwoman. But I'm not
you crush it every time
really
you're out
lucky.
there.
But I still struggle with my line. Like if my line were to break, I'm screwed. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
It's a process. But it's it's just like you just have to make it up in other departments.
And it's funny because Mike was blown away when I told him that I've watched Mike for a long time, and it was great to get out and fish with him. He was blown away when I told him that I didn't fish in Kentucky. So many of you guys out there.
It was like random moments you would fish, once every 4 years or something.
Yeah,
crazy.
It was
not
so
every
many.
day.
So many people thought I moved here with all this bass fishing knowledge and freshwater fishing knowledge, and then just was trying to adjust to saltwater. That's not the case. I moved here with no fishing knowledge, and then of course the next thing I thought was, hey, I'm going to start a YouTube channel.
Why not?
What can I make it about? I know.
We can
let's do a fishing YouTube channel, because I don't know anything about that. But I will say it has served me well, because that allowed me to bring the audience along on the journey. And I think that's so much about what content creation. I ran into some subscribers. That's a hard word to say. On the boat ramp, Dad and I were coming back. Brent and Julie from Real Coastal Fishing, ran into them. They've got a very, very solid up and coming channel. And I told them that. I was like, it's one of those deals where I never lied. I never got on there and acted like I was something I was not. I'll tell you, I had a light bulb moment, and I wish I still had this video. When I really got serious about YouTube, I kind of went back and deleted a bunch of the first videos. And I wish I still had this, because I was on a kayak, and you'll remember this because we've talked about it before, and I caught a sheep's head. No, I'm sorry, I caught a black drum.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was like, here's a nice black drum. I'm like, really looking to target sheep's head. And this is exactly how this conversation went. Looking to target sheep's head today, because I really feel like these water temperatures are just right for what sheep's head would be. And I caught myself, and I was like, you can see it in the you can literally see the light bulb go off on my, and I'm like, guys, I am lying straight to your face. I was like, I have no idea what the water temperature is.
You didn't even have
I was on a kayak. I had no fish finder. I'm like,
finder.
I don't know what the ideal water temperature is for sheep's head. At that time, I didn't even know what bait I should be using to catch sheep's head, let alone gear and all that. So I literally said right there, I was like, guys, I am so sorry. Like, I'm sitting here trying to say a bunch of BS, and I have no idea what I'm talking about.
You started that video like if you were to just like stick your finger in the water and like lick it and be like, yep, there's sheep's head down there.
But I caught myself, and from that day on, I shot completely different.
Yeah.
I really did. That from that moment on, when I went back,
you shot honestly, like very honestly.
From that, and I think that was probably honestly, I would cast that up as one of the biggest turning points in our content, in my content creation journey. I realized that day that my problem up to that point was I was trying to be something I wasn't.
Right.
And I really did. And that day it kind of clicked, and I'm like, I'm not a very good fisherman. I have to be entertaining. I have to be honest with my audience, and I have to just come out here and have fun. And that's what we still do today. Now, have we been blessed to catch some amazing fish?
Oh,
yes. Yeah. Yes. So I've caught some just absolute amazing fish that I never in a million years would have thought I would have caught. But, and I'm definitely put a little bit of it together. Like, I know more of what to do now and how to target fish. And I still struggle with where to go.
Right.
I think, you find comfort spots and you hang out at those. I will
for sure. Because you could stay in a comfort spot forever. And like, I know I can catch fish here. I've done it several times.
But that doesn't mean they're there today. Fish. Yeah. And that's more what we're going to do. I will tell you guys, I've been watching videos. Sarah, I haven't even told Sarah I'm going to take this trip, but you know where I'm going, right? Like, just think about
to the Keys. Keys. Don't tell Landon. He's been talking about wanting to go to the Keys, or you can take him. It's an extra fisherman.
I really, really want to get down there and do some Bridge Keys fishing. I'll take a notion to, want to do different stuff in a year on the main channel, and we do that.
Yeah.
And
Again, it's funny because if you scheduled this trip and we both went to the Keys, we would have separate, like with our channels, like he would be fishing, I would be on a paddleboard out somewhere trying to explore something crazy. Like,
but that works.
Yeah.
That's what works for your channel.
Yeah.
You've definitely done a great job of honing in on, the tourist side of things. I mean, I would say that like a touristy feel to your channel and a travel feel. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's Jack Motley grew his channel as being basically a tourist destination channel. So, what big is we've already almost run out of time. We're already at 20 minutes. We got to keep this under 25 minutes. Okay. What big is coming up for Coastal Country?
Like what do you mean big? I've got a few things.
Yeah, like what kind of videos? What kind of video ideas you got coming up? What are you thinking about?
Well, I've got one very unique one that's actually getting ready to come out. I guess would it be this week?
Monday, this coming Monday, yeah. Or Tuesday. Yours videos come out on Tuesday.
So Tuesday is an epic video for me. I met up with Gina. She's been on the Cameraman Ron channel a few times, and when you get us together,
everybody
it's
loves some Gina.
Everybody loves Gina. So we actually got to go to Cumberland Falls, but something epic happened at Cumberland Falls that I'm not going to tell you about. You just have to see the video.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure you guys are subscribed to Coastal Country to check that out.
The weather's getting warmer, so I'll be out in the water some more. I don't know what I'm going to be doing on the water. It could be fishing. It could be kayaking. It could be diving somewhere crazy. But you never know.
Diving. What do you mean diving?
Okay, maybe snorkeling.
I need to take you to.
I do want to dive.
I need to take you down.
I'm not scared of going into crazy underground places.
Yeah, I need to take you down and let you go out with Joey, Antonelli at some point. Yes. Joey does a lot of free diving. I think you would. I would not get out of the boat, but I think you would probably really enjoy that. I don't mind
exploring it. Now, the thought of like a Goliath grouper eating me, like I could just picture that, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that would be very tasty for.
I don't think a Goliath. I don't think a Goliath. I mean, I'm sure they could. I mean, Goliath grouper. I've seen a Goliath grouper eat a spin shark before. Well, that's awesome. I mean, very, very proud of Sarah and everything she's done on the Coastal Countryside. As far as the Cameraman Ron channel, we got a couple big events. If you guys have been keeping up the last couple of weeks, I will be out of town this coming week. I'm going to be hanging out with the Arms family up in Kentucky. We will be at the the National Farm Machinery Show. I might call it Kentucky because that's where it's at, but it is the National Farm Machinery Show. We will be hanging out there. We have a meet and greet scheduled with the Arms family on Thursday. I'm guessing probably around 1 or 2 o'clock would be my guess. But we'll be in and around the TYM tractor booth. So if you are up, I'm saying me, Sarah unfortunately is not going on that trip with me. So if you're coming to meet the PYT, she's not there. If you are really
we'll find somewhere else that I can go.
If you're a diehard PYT fan, I'm sure you can come up and tell me, and we can manage a FaceTime call with her or something from the Farm Machinery Show. I mean, we don't mind doing that at all. But it's always fun to meet you guys. Met several subscribers on the 7-day camping trip. That was fun. One of them actually showed in the peacock bass catch and cook video. Or no, I'm sorry, the surf and turf video that I shot. Everything got so jumbled up on that trip for me because
what day did I do this?
Well, because the way that worked and the reason that happened the way it did, like I would fish that morning, then I would go fish that afternoon, and then the next day I would cook both.
Oh,
so I was the way I was filming that, I wasn't necessarily cooking the same day that, like the peacock bass, I ended up bringing it back to home to cook it here. And then when I went out with Mike D,
I still wasn't home to enjoy it. He got to cook all
I kept you a feast in the refrigerator though, so I've got a piece of peacock bass for you since you asked. We did not cook all of that. So, but yeah, things are definitely on the up and up here for us on the Cameraman Ron front, on the Coastal Country front. Obviously, if you're new here to the Morning Vibe, make sure you subscribe to this channel. This is where all your podcasts are going to be. We're going to do better at getting more uploads. I promise. Like we will.
Yeah, there'll be more.
So, guys, that's all we got for you today. I hope you guys have a great Friday. I hope you have a fantastic weekend and a great next week. Again, going to be up the Farm Machinery Show on February 16th and 17th. Make sure you guys stop and say hi if you are in the area. You got anything you want to add before we run out of our 25-minute mark?
I mean, I've got like songs I could sing or, shameless plugs I could throw in.
What kind of shameless plug? You got any big sponsor deals coming up?
No, I'm going to be taking some pictures for Frog Togs that'll be fun.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some pictures for Frog Togs. That'll be really cool. Yeah. So Frog Togs, huge partner of the channel.
Yes, but nothing too crazy, not yet. So if anybody's watching and you want some craziness, hit me up.
Yeah, we are. I will mention that real quick before we sign off. We are like really starting to get booked up on weddings and family photos. Yes. We're limiting what we're doing this year on that side. So if you are one of the PYT to take some family pictures.
I want to take your family pictures.
Yeah,
we'll have fun
for
on the
sure.
beach.
So, well, guys, that's all we got for you today. I hope you guys have a great weekend. As always, make sure you find a way to make somebody around you smile. You never know. It just might change the world.